I would love to get into. 2, if you could do hand over fist, and 3, what is your favorite band?
How did I get into voiceover acting? Well, let's rewind. I was doing Jaws 3 People's Ear.
Were you not listening? Of course I wasn't.
What was the second part of your 8-part question?
2, what is your favorite band? And 3, if you could do hand over fist from heavy metal.
Oh, hand over fist. He's a wonderful guy.
For those of you who remember heavy metal, anybody remember?
Yes.
That became a cult thing also.
Yeah.
And he's the finest person I have ever met. He wouldn't harm a fly.
Except maybe when he killed children in the orphanage. And he just goes on and on, you know the story. And my favorite what?
Band.
My favorite band? I'm kind of fond of ZZ Top.
Woo!
The late Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Yes.
And of course, Pink Floyd.
You guys got taste.
Nice.
All right.
Thank you. I was going to ask where you went to acting school or whatever, but I'm out of questions, I guess. So.
The Bikini Bottom Academy of Acting. And I graduated from the National Sarcasm Society. Please give to the National Sarcasm Society, like we need your support.
What are you doing? You're filming.
Say hi.
Hi.
I wanted to know what's your favorite part about Squidward, like personality or...
Like I say, he all the crap and all the craziness that Sponge and Pat produce, literally because he's living between them, he's the recipient of all these things. But he also gets to be, on one end of the spectrum, this sarcastic observer and commentator on the craziness around him. And it got to the point where they distilled it down to one word one time in an episode, where there's blah, 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 they cut over here. Hate. But at the other end of the spectrum also, I get to go, like, as I say, apoplectic and scream and just do all the catharsis that I can do in front of a microphone, and I come out really feeling good, saving a lot on the psychology bills. That's bad. Cut.
Thank you.
Oh, yes. Hi, how'd you get my closet?
Very sneaky. So, my question is, do you have a favorite insult that Squidward has ever said to SpongeBob or Patrick?
I got a few.
That was quick.
SpongeBob, if I had $1 for every brain you don't have, I'd have $1. And of course, my favorite, go away. How did I ever get stuck with such loser neighbors? And what they always allow me to do sometimes, when Squidward makes a joke, he'll laugh at his own joke. And if you hear something he says afterward, it's always one of the ad-libs we put in there. I was talking about, I don't know, a hardware store or something. Hardware jokes. More hardware jokes. Okay. Yes.
How do you do like the clarinet sound? Like, do you actually play like?
Oh, I don't. They have an accomplished musician that comes in to play that stuff. Speaking of musicians and music, Tom Kenny, SpongeBob, who has been very, very creative, as you can tell. He has a band, and he also has connections to the music industry. And he put together an album called Best Day Ever. You can get it on Amazon. It's not Nickelodeon's doing it. It's wonderful, good songs. And Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys produced one of the songs called Tidy Whities. The last of the Ramones played guitar on it, and all of the songs really deserve airplay. My song is called Superior, which is kind of like a Broadway show tune kind of thing, a tango kind of stuff. It's very fun to do. But I highly recommend you go to iTunes if you can get a sample of it and just check any of the songs and check them out because they are really good.
It's like radio airplay in between each song, right?
I'm not sure.
Like, because I think I know what you're talking about, because I've heard the song Tiny White is hilarious. I've heard Superior, I look at all the losers down below.
Yeah.
And then there's like a radio, I think there's like a radio DJ in between
Yeah, there's a little DJ. He's a famous DJ, but I just didn't make the connection when I
Oh,
got there.
I'm sorry. And I'm also sorry for repeating a question. I just consider acting and voice acting to be two completely different professions. So.
Well, at least you didn't say, oh, you do voice work. Do you ever do any acting? You just want to grab the ears and go, ah.
I would never do that.
You okay? Yep, oh, yep.
What's the backstory on how you and Patrick and SpongeBob became neighbors?
Yes.
A cruel twist of fate. You know, I work in the food service sector. I'm underpaid. I'm underappreciated. I'm underwater. And what makes it the worst thing of all is that I have to live next to a yellow square idiot. Worse than that is I have to live next to the other pink star-shaped idiot. Hence my name for the neighborhood, Moron Squared. I don't know how that came about. It's just Stephen Hillenburg. Which, by the way, if you don't know, Stephen Hillenburg, the creator of the show, was a former marine biologist.
Yes.
And so, if you're not careful, you'll learn something from this show. I bet you did not know that in the ocean bottom, fish walk on two legs with shoes. And we have beaches and campfires and buses.
And your house is flooded.
And you can, yeah, and thunderstorms and a fast food place. But you didn't know that, did you? Okay. No charge. Yes, sir.
Has Squidward ever done a feature for a nerdcore artist? Has Squidward ever done a feature for a nerdcore artist?
A nerdcore artist.
Yeah. Squidward.
Not that I know of. He may have done it behind my back, but I'm total backing on that one. Sorry. Yes.
How long does it take to put together an episode?
Yes, as you probably know, the half-hour episodes of SpongeBob are broken down into 2 11-minute cartoons, which is like the old Looney Tunes used to be. We don't do half-hour live shows, which is what I like. So every week or so, we'll go in, and it takes about 3 or 4 hours to record one of the 11-minute cartoons. Then it takes 9 months to make the cartoon. You have to do the animatics, you have to do the preliminary animation, send it off to Korea to animate. South Korea. Not the North. You know, wouldn't it be funny if it really was the North Koreans that are doing SpongeBob? You know, they have this reputation of being a very closed, sober kind of thing, but it's really just a facade. You walk past the border and they're like throwing pies and slipping on bananas. They just don't want anybody to know they're that zany. Yes.
Do you have any amusing stories of behind the scenes of making SpongeBob? Any amusing stories?
Yes.
That you can tell us?
No. We are the North Koreans. But funny things happen in places like this. The questions we get and the interactions with the fans. It's just we go in, we have an absolutely wonderful time because everybody is funny and we get along well. It's funny, we focus our humor in the show. It's an interesting question because I can't remember anything we ever did that was funny outside the studio. Yes?
When you're hanging around the cast, do you stay in character?
No, because we get really tired of that after a while. So we do things. When we're in the studio and we're getting ready to do a record session or whatever, we will be practicing our thing, the take we want to do on this particular line, whatever. But we've been doing this for 15 years, and so it's just do another voice, please. Yes, sir.